Happy rails to you. Welcome back, my friends. Happy rails to you. It's good to see you again. Happy rails to you. Please keep watching. All right, guys, welcome back. This is G-Man. Well, I decided to take a day off today from working on the layout. And I'm working on an accessory. I've been working on the, last night I started working on the upper half of the layout in the mountainous area. And I decided to go ahead and start cleaning it up and scenicking it. I did get all the road bed down, the gravel, last night, and all in that area. And so it's pretty much ready to start outlining things and putting them up. So I looked at the coal mine and this old mine elevator that we had sitting up there, which I've had this for several years and was going to repair it and fix it up, and but it's always been something that I've never gotten around to. It needs a lot of parts. It doesn't have a motor. It doesn't have. It does have a couple of the old pulleys. But that's basically about it. The chute is still in it, both chutes, the main chute and the lower chute. The stand is missing, the base on the bottom of it. And so there's quite a bit of work there to fix it up again. But the structure itself was almost perfect, almost like new. And so I decided, upon my grandson's idea and my wanting a mine on the layout, to go ahead and do that. So we did make the mock mine just as a setup to see how it was going to look, and left it like that. Been like that now for a year and a half, almost 2 years. And it was time now, since we've made these changes, to go ahead and proceed and get this together. So that's what I'm doing today. Anyway, this is the old American Flyer coal elevator, or coal loader. And as I said, it's missing the clamshell and a lot of other parts. So what I did, I had two chances, two methods for this operation. One was to build a belt that would take the ore up and then drop it down into the chute, which would require putting a little motor in up here or down here somewhere, and building a belt for it, which I think is a great idea. But I didn't want to, I don't have those parts, and I didn't want to take the time, that much time to do that right now. And so I might do it later on. But what I did decide was the other method was to have a chute, as this actually sits on the ledge of the mountain as you come out of the mine. And whatever you dump is going to dump right onto this bar anyway. And so it's better to have a chute here that will just go directly down into the main chute. So that's what that's what I did. Also, it was missing a roof. I built a roof for it. And let me show you those items that I built to make this functional. First of all, I want to show you the roof. I made this out of aluminum. You guys all know, if you've watched my videos, that I use a lot of, that old aluminum siding. And I've got one pretty good size partial panel of it left. I think the yard's been pretty well picked up now. The house next door to me, they just remodeled that and everything, so it had aluminum siding on it in places. And so I didn't get any of that when they were doing it. So I missed out on a little surplus of this. So, but anyway, I had enough to do that piece and some other things. So there's the roof. And then I needed to have a chute, like I said. We need a chute. So I made this chute. Out of that same aluminum. And then I made a stationary bracket. Now the stationary bracket clips on right there, and you center it, and I'll probably clamp it on. I might use some glue. I'm trying not to drill any holes in the structure itself, make any physical changes to the structure that can't be easily corrected, in case later on I do decide ever to go back and make it restore it to the old coal level, coal elevator that it was. I'm sorry, I'm having a problem talking today. And so I wanted to stay as original as I could. And this will allow me to make those changes, which actually modify it to great changes, make it usable, serviceable, and so that's what we did. Now, I'm putting it in wrong, starting out one-handed here, and it's not hard, not easy to do. Okay, here we go. So first of all, this has that tab or flap that comes down, and that must be put, I've got it bent now. It's got to be put in place, and it goes up through here and then comes down behind this bar. You see this bar here goes in between that and the frame. And then it sets down in the brace, which we have to center. Like that. Now, like I said, I'll either glue or clamp this down, or both. That way, if I ever take it back apart, all I have to do is clean the glue off on it. And it's not that big a deal if I use glue. Now, this, I'm going to come back out with the camera. This has these tabs on it. It has a tab here. I don't know if you can see those or not. For some reason or other, my lighting's not that good today. It has a tab here and a tab here. These tabs crimp over the side of the frame. This tab will go in under the frame, and that will hold it in place. So then when your ore comes down the chute, it will go directly down into your main chamber, the big chute. And it'll come out here. Now, this was hung down to the proper level that Flyer had adjusted it to, that when you've got your car under it, you were coming directly under it, close to the elevator itself, and it worked perfectly, of course. But I had to adjust it and raise it up so that it would lengthen it so it could come out to where I would have my car sitting, which will be sitting about approximately here. About like that. Whereas the Flyer car sits like that. And it was perfect for that. But my car will sit right about here. So I had to raise it up so that it would be stretch out to the track. Now the reason for that is because I didn't have a lot of space over there. And originally I was going to have it just dump in the back of trucks. But I decided to go ahead and put in a switch and put in a siding rail, a short siding, that would allow the trains to go ahead and push a car in so that it could actually be filled. An ore car or a gondola. But in order to do that, as you will see, when I put this back in position, I'll do another video. I built a track that would actually swivel. Let me get this ruler. So the train track actually comes in something like this. This is sitting about like that, adjacent to the mountain. The main line runs across here, and your switch comes off here. Your track sits about like this. So I made a swivel track that after the train leaves the main line, gets onto the siding, then it goes on to this switch track, or the swivel track rather, and then this track turns in under the chute, allows the engine or the chute to dump. Now, what it will not do, unfortunately, because I've got a railroad track here and the main line is here, I cannot move the car either way, more than an inch. To fill it. So everything dumps right here in this area. So what does that mean? It means you got to get a guy in there with a shovel, or we have to have another device that'll spread that out on there. So we'll see how that goes. But it does work, as you will see. So I took a block of wood and I stuck in underneath this to raise this up. And this is glued in place, as I didn't want to do any damage to the structure itself. It's glued with some Duco cement. And it's will probably last forever if nobody takes a hammer or tries to knock it off, because it just won't come off or just won't fall off. It is semi-permanent. And that raised this up so it'd allow me to be able to do that, which I think works perfectly. And as I say, this is basically a static display, but it will be somewhat functional because the chute will be functional, even though we don't have any actual activity outside of pouring something down it to make it pour out. But whatever goes down that chute will come out of the chamber down here. Now I'm going to paint this roof either green or black. It probably won't be black. So it'll probably either be silver or green. I'm going to paint this chute black. I'm going to paint this piece black. And I'll probably paint this block black. Although I might paint it this gray. This dull silver gray. But once we get that painted, get this permanently all together, it'll be ready to put back on the layout. All right, just thought I'd share that with you. This went from a what I thought was going to be an 8-9 minute video to a 18-minute video, 19-minute video. So I'm going to end this video now. And as always, I just wanted to share that with you and show you what I was working on. But as always, if you're having as much fun working on your trains, working on your layout, operating, running your trains, as I do, then you should have happy rails. Bye now. Until next time.